What's up everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel, and today we're not going to review a pair of basketball shoes, which in this case is the Tatum 1, because we're going to review what's inside of these shoes, which is the VKTRY Performance insoles. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. I'm going to explain what custom insoles actually are, or what the advantages or the supposed advantages of custom insoles are. Then I'm going to show you how to get the stock insoles out of the shoes, and then we're going to talk about my personal feelings, and because I also wanted to make this a little bit more fact proven and not just my personal feelings, because let's be honest, I could just come here on YouTube and say, wow, these insoles are amazing, they make you jump higher, they're crazy, without backing it up. But I actually did some tests. I used a force plate, I did some long jumps, and the tests can back it up. A little spoiler, these insoles can actually make you jump higher, and the performance of them was really, really nice. So as I said, let's get straight into it and start with the advantages of custom insoles. I already showed you the regular stock insoles, or the foam insoles that come, in this case, with the Tatum 1s. And as you can already see, you can fold them together. You can do literally anything with them. And of course, what you want in your basketball shoes, you want stability, you want support, and most importantly, you want energy return. And now if you compare that with the VKTRY Performance insoles, they are really hard to bend. They have a full-length carbon fiber plate, and as I showed, really hard to bend, and they will return energy like crazy. I'm actually not as good at making this movement here, but I think you get the point. They really add a spring to your steps and your jumps. What is also very nice is that they are curved and they have a little bit of a lifted arch. I'll put some close-ups in the video for you guys to see that. So they're also great for providing arch support. So if you have very flat feet, that can be a very, very nice option for you. As I said, the advantages, they can make you jump higher, they can make you run faster, and they can help prevent injuries. How can they help prevent injuries? It's very simple actually. I'm going to show you, this is the Tatum 1. I left the stock insole inside of them here on purpose. And as you can see, it's really, really easy to bend them like this. Also, lateral support or torsional support is almost non-existing on a Tatum 1. I took this pair on purpose. There's some other shoes behind me that have better torsional support, but now let's take this pair. The insole is not inside of the shoe, so the stock insole, that's the one that should be in here. And let's put the VKTRY insole inside to show you how much of a difference they can make just for a support standpoint. So even if you can dunk or if you can jump really high, they can really add a lot of support to your shoes. I can bend them further than this. So this is like the maximum, and I'm really using a lot of force. I don't know if you can tell or if it looks like I'm faking it, but I'm really using a lot of force here. Like you can see my arms are shaking, and also torsional support is way better. So that's the first major advantage. We get to the impact it has on your jumps a little bit later in the video when I'm going to show you the test results I did. For now, how can you actually get the stock insoles out of the shoe? The easiest thing is, if you get a new pair of shoes, immediately take out the stock insoles, because as I mentioned, if you play with them, as I did with this pair, before I had the VKTRY insoles, and then you try to get out the insoles, you will have some issues because the glue gets hard. It really hardens up over time, and it's very, very difficult to get the insoles out. And I get a lot of questions asking me, man, Lucas, how do you get the insoles out of a shoe after you've worn them? What I did was using a hairdryer on maximum heat, putting it inside the shoe, also putting it through the upper, because it can overheat if you just put it in there. And that will soften up the glue, and you will be able to get out the insole bit by bit. What I can tell you, like how I did it, I softened up the glue in the heel. I took out the heel, I went with the hairdryer, tried to get underneath the part of the insole that I could already lift up, and took out the next part, and so on. So like you will start off by taking out the heel area, then you will try to get the heat underneath here. You will go even further, and so on. I think you'll get the picture. Now, what's also very important before you start using the VKTRY insoles, this is the box that they come in. Pretty cool design in my opinion as well. So shout out to the VKTRY people for the design of the box. They come with instructions on how to use them. So this is also very important before using them for the first time. It says that you need to break them in, and the recommendation, if I could find it here. It also gives you like installation instructions, so definitely read that before putting them in your shoes, like on top of the insoles or something. Now the breaking in instructions, like it recommended uses day 1, 30 minutes of a light workout, day 2, 60 minutes light workout or 30 minutes rigorous training. Day 3 to 4, 90 minutes light workout or 60 minutes rigorous training. And day 5 to 6, 120 minutes light workout or 90 minutes rigorous training. Day 7 and beyond, you should be good. So they recommend about a week of break-in time. I also read on their Instagram page that if you still have pain from these insoles after a week, you can just contact them and they'll help you out. Why do they need break-in? Because it will definitely take time for your feet to go from this to this. It's kind of obvious already. You just need some time to adjust to the carbon fiber underneath your foot. If you've been playing in shoes like the Way of Weight 10s, for example, that already have a carbon fiber plate inside of them, you'll adapt quicker. For me, the break-in process didn't take as long. I wore them at home at first, which is something I also recommend you do with shoes. And then I started wearing them for light practices and then for full practices, and I didn't have any issues or any pain. And as I also mentioned before, the lifted arch is actually quite nice for me because I have very flat feet. Now for the part you've all been waiting for, what are the results of the tests I did with them? I already mentioned that my personal feelings of them are that they definitely work, because I could, from the first time I put them in my shoes, I could feel like a spring back effect while walking. I showed you already they're curved here as well, and just by putting my body weight on top of them, I could feel them bending when I was walking, and then I could feel it go back up. So a little rebound even while walking. And now for the tests, I did a force plate test and I also did some long jumps, and the results were really mind-blowing. Actually, I couldn't believe it at first. So like I noticed that they really had an impact on how I moved and how I jumped and how I just like walked around the court. I could definitely feel a rebound, but I didn't think it would be as crazy. So I have the results right here. We're going to start with the force plate tests. And for the force plate, I actually did counter movement jumps from 2 legs and then from the left leg and from the right leg only. And I only have the jump height in centimeters here. I'll put it on screen in inches as well for my viewers from the US. And for the jumps without the VKTRY insoles, I used the Tatum 1 as well. But just with these insoles here, I did 4 jumps and we had a jump height of 43 centimeters, 36 centimeters, 38 centimeters, and 40 centimeters. And now, drumroll, with the VKTRY insoles, we have 48 centimeters, 44 centimeters, 45 centimeters, and again, 48.9 centimeters, so almost 49 centimeters, which is way higher than without the VKTRY insoles. Every single jump is higher. There is some fluctuation, which is normal. It was, after practice, I was a little bit tired already, and I also had fluctuation in between the jumps without the insoles. But every single jump was higher with the VKTRY insoles inside of the shoe than without them. Now, moving on to the counter movement jumps with my left foot, which is my dominant jumping leg. We have without the VKTRY insoles, so these were not inside, 25, 22, and 24 centimeters of jump height. And now with the VKTRY insoles, we have 24.8, the other one was 24.5, so also higher, 27 and 27. So also on average around 4 centimeters higher with the left foot. And now with the right foot, we also have, without the VKTRY insoles, 20, 22, and 23 centimeters. And with the VKTRY insoles inside, we have 27, 25, and 26. So it's also, again, 4 to 5 centimeters more on average with the VKTRY insoles inside of the shoe. And in my opinion, that's just absolutely mind-blowing and amazing, because I never thought that they would make that big of a difference. For the long jump tests I did, they were not measured with a force plate because I didn't have that kind of setup. I just did it with a normal measuring tape and I recorded it, so you also see recordings of the force plate jumps and of the long jumps on screen. Now for the exact long jump numbers, I have them right here on my tablet once again. I also used the Tatum 1s and I also did 1 leg and 2 leg jumps. Comparing the 1 leg jumps, there was a little bit less of a difference, which proves the feeling that I have, or kind of proves the feeling that I have, that the more force you put into them, the more you get out. And obviously I can put more force of 2 feet into the shoes. So of 1 leg, we had with the left foot 2 meters and 5 centimeters, and also with the right foot 2 meters and 5 centimeters without the VKTRY insoles. And now with the VKTRY insoles, we had 2 meters and 8 centimeters and also 2 meters and 8 centimeters on average. So that's also 3 centimeters on average longer jumps off of 1 leg. And now for the crazy number, of 2 legs, Without the VKTRY insoles, we have 2 meters and 30 centimeters. And now with the VKTRY insoles, we had 2 meters and 48 centimeters, which is 18 centimeters, so almost 20 centimeters longer with the VKTRY insoles inside of the Tatum ones. So also, just like with the jump height test, the long jump test showed some crazy results and showed that these definitely work and they can definitely make you jump higher and also run faster or jump longer. I know long jumping is not as important for basketball, but it definitely shows that these insoles give you a rebound and give you a positive effect while jumping. As I also mentioned at the beginning of the video, even if you are crazy athletic, even if you can dunk with ease and jump really, really high or run really, really fast, they can also help you tremendously by protecting you from injuries because they add way, way more support to your shoes than the regular foam insoles. With that being said, that's my review of the VKTRY insoles. I can definitely recommend them. I'll also be posting more tests and more videos about them on my other channels. So if you liked this review, please subscribe to my channel here. Also check out my other socials, leave a like, and see you next time for more performance reviews of insoles and shoes.